Because it is football season, I thought now would be the perfect time to chat about some football romances. I feel like football and fall go hand in hand, but you could obviously read these any time of the year. And most of these are no spice, but if there are any with spice, I will be sure to note that for you all as well. With all of that being said, let's go ahead and get into these football romances. First up, we have a classic, which is The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. This is a fake dating friends to lovers story that follows Bree and Nathan. I believe this is set in Los Angeles, and I absolutely loved this book when I read it. There's something about the fake dating friends to lovers combo that I absolutely love, and it did not disappoint in this book. And then Sarah Adams also wrote like a companion novel to this one that's called The Rulebook, and this one follows Nora and Derek. This is more of a second chance enemies to lovers kind of situation. I think it starts in LA, but then it's also set in like Mexico. They go on a trip. I love this one as well. The first one is no spice. This one does have like one chapter of spice, and the author notes that at the beginning of the book and tells you what chapter to skip, which is super convenient. I also have a reading vlog for the rulebook, so I will link that above if you are interested. Next, we have a couple of books by Annah Conwell. So first we have Chestnut Checkers. This is actually her new book that's coming out November 13th. And she doesn't have a full blurb out yet on this one. All I know is that it does have like fall, it has football, it's a college campus, like the start of a new rom-com university series. So I'm very excited about this one, and I feel like it will have the perfect like college fall football vibes, which I've been looking for in a book and haven't really found yet, so I'm hoping this one is it. Then also by Annah Conwell, we have The Run Option. This is the third book in her More Than a Game series, which is a sports romance series, and all the books follow different sports, but this one is a football romance, and it specifically is also a marriage of convenience romance, which I feel like is so fun with like athletes and celebrities and stuff, and this whole series is on Kindle Unlimited. Then the last one by Annah Conwell is One Last Play. This is the fourth book in her Sweet Peach series on Kindle Unlimited, and in this one he is a football coach, so still football but a little bit different, and then she is his niece's art teacher. He has custody of his niece after his sister died, and so I feel like this one is still a fun football romance, but with a little bit of a different twist. Next, we have The Player and the Pop Star by Kate Elise. This one is a fake dating PR relationship between a pop star and a famous tight end football player. And this one's giving me a little bit of like Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce inspiration. And this one is on Kindle Unlimited as well. Another football romance is Accidentally in Love with My Best Friend's Brother by Abby Grayson. This is the first book in her Accidentally in Sports series. And this one is an enemies to lovers fake dating sports romance. I think he's kind of a bad boy kind of sports romance. And I believe this whole series is on Kindle Unlimited. Then another one is Baby Llama Drama by Kate Watson. This is the second book in her Sweet Eyes Sugar Maple series on Kindle Unlimited. And this is a nanny and single dad NFL player romance, which I feel like would be fun because I feel like normally nanny romances have a lot of spice. And this one, like pretty much all of them on this list, doesn't, which I really appreciate. This next one is a really fun twist on a football romance, I feel like, and that is Exes Don't by Lee Dobrinska. This is the third book in her Fall in Love series, and this one is a second chance spy sports rom-com with a quarterback / he's also a prince and an undercover security specialist. So to me, it's reminding me a tiny bit of like The Bodyguard, where he's a movie star and she is like his bodyguard, but she pretends to be his girlfriend. I think this is like he's a prince and also a quarterback, and she is this like undercover security person who is trying to like protect him also, but has to go undercover. I don't know exactly the whole synopsis or what happens, but that's kind of what it's reminding me of, and I loved The Bodyguard, so I feel like this one would be a really fun like spy football romance. Another Kindle Unlimited football romance is Hail Mary by Martha Keyes. This is the fourth book in her Shepherds in Love series. And this one is a marriage of convenience specifically for a visa so he can play in the NFL, which is like his dream. And I feel like when the marriage of convenience stakes are upped, which most of the times they are, which is why it's a marriage of convenience, it makes the romance so interesting and like drives it so quickly. And so I feel like this would be a really fun combo with the sports football as well. For a little bit of a Christmas twist on a football romance, we have The Naughty or Nice List by Ellie Hall. This one is a Christmas second chance romance with high school sweethearts where he is now a professional football player. And this is the 5th book in her Love List series on Kindle Unlimited. Next, we have Off the Bench by Tiffany Noel Chacon, and this is the 2nd book in her Love in the Sunshine State rom-com series, which is on Kindle Unlimited. And this is a reverse Grumpy Sunshine, he's a quarterback kind of story. I believe these are set in Tampa as well. And then this book, I believe, is the only one on this whole list that has spice, and that is The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Mariana Zapata. In this one, I believe our female main character is a personal assistant to a very famous football player, and she ends up quitting. And then he ends up like begging her to come back and also proposing a marriage of convenience, I believe. And Mariana Zapata is known as like the queen of the slow burn. I think this romance book is pretty long and a slow burn, but I think there is some spice at the very, very end. So I just wanted to note that. I think in general, it's pretty no spice, but I've heard the spice at the end of the book is spice. So just for you all to keep that in mind and be able to make your own decision. So then for a couple of football romance series, first we have the Houston Pumas series by Renee S. Clark. There are 3 books in this series, so it's The Comeback, Titans and True Crimes, and Not That Impressed. And all of them are football romances inspired by Jane Austen stories, which I feel like is a really unique twist on a football romance. So the first one is inspired by Persuasion, and then Northanger Abbey, and then Pride and Prejudice. And this entire series is on Kindle Unlimited. Then for another Kindle Unlimited series, we have the Abandoned Brothers series by Stacey Williams. So this is 3 books. It's I Got You, Where You Belong, and It's Always Us. And these are a Grumpy Sunshine, Enemies to Lovers, and Second Chance, respectively. And the last Kindle Unlimited series is The Art of Falling in Love With by Anne Kemp. So this whole series is not a football romance series, but the last 2 books are. So first we have The Art of Falling in Love with Your Fake Fiancé. This is a friends to lovers fake fiancé kind of story, and he is an NFL player. And then we also have The Art of Falling in Love with Your Grumpy Neighbor, which is a Grumpy Sunshine enemies to lovers story where the neighbor is a former football player. Lastly, I wanted to mention a football romance that is coming out on May 12th of next year, but I wanted to put it in this video, and that is First and Forever by Lynn Painter. This is a fake dating romance between a diehard fan of the team who gets into a little bit of a tiff with the mascot, and then ends up, for PR reasons, I think, fake dating the team's tight end. I believe this is one of Lynn Painter's adult romances, so I do think it will have spice, but I wanted to throw that one in here as well because it will be a football romance that will be out pretty soon for you all to also put on your football romance TBR. And that wraps up this football romance, mostly no spice, mostly Kindle Unlimited list. I will link my No Spice hockey romance video here if you're looking for some more sports romances to read. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, friends.